ICare shelter with my 14-month-old son, and I was kicked out this morning because my son was throwing a tantrum while he was eating, and because of that, they wouldn't feed him. They wouldn't allow me to feed him. They wouldn't allow me to give him WIC. I wasn't allowed to get WIC. I wasn't allowed to get anything other than what they served us. If he shared dinner, then he didn't eat, or any of the meals he didn't eat. He was going hungry often. Final night, he was not eating because he was very scared of the director, Terry. She was very loud. She screamed. She
okay, Terry who?
Terry, the ICare shelter.
Okay, ICare shelter is located where?
Van Buren in California, 4065 Van Buren in Riverside. And she's very loud. She's very intimidating, and he didn't like her. And she sat him right next to her. And he ended up throwing a tantrum, screaming, crying. She wouldn't let me feed him any other way. So he was...
and as you can see now on camera, he is trying to eat because he is in a non-stressful environment. And according to Terry DeBoer, my name is Joshua Williams. By marriage, I am a relative of Terry DeBoer. And do you want to tell me what she has said about me as far as... I'm just going to go ahead and let you finish.
Well, what she said about you was you were a lowlife, you're scum, you're not allowed on the property anymore. That unfortunately she was related to you by marriage. She couldn't stand you. She didn't know why her son was talking to you. She was telling us about how everybody there, how you were a lowlife and we weren't supposed to talk to you and you weren't allowed in the gate. And just to go back, what culminated the last night, my son had been crying for an hour. He wasn't eating. She wouldn't let me take him out of the chair and feed him. So I wanted to go to put him down to sleep, give him a bath, calm him down. She wanted to stay there while they continued to tell me how spoiled my son was and how I needed to continue with the discipline and that he could get it eventually. I kept saying he was hungry. They kept saying that he wasn't going to starve. I told them that I didn't want my son going hungry, so I left. And because I left this morning, they told me that I wouldn't comply to the program, that they said I didn't want help with my son. They kicked me out this morning at 8:30. Nowhere to go.
And what was she saying? What was she saying about how you weren't trying to help the situation?
She would tell me, and I would try. I would tell him no. I would be stern with him. She said I wasn't being stern enough with him. She would take him in high chair, pull him away from me when he would try to
aggressively pull. Aggressively pull, like a violent pull, or
no, it wasn't violent. Just very assertive.
Okay.
She would tell me that I need to continue. That he would eventually comply. He ate. I just want to let you know that when she wasn't there, he would eat fine in his high chair. It was when she got there that he started crying and reaching for me. I was out of his life for 5 months, but he has attachment issues. He's thinking I'm going to leave again, and she knows that he has attachment issues, although she just said that we need to continue with the discipline, with not giving in to him. She said that he was being the boss of me, that I was allowing him to be the parent. And I just said I wanted my son to eat. And she insisted that I was not complying with the program guidelines and that I didn't want help. That was making the situation worse because I was giving in to my son. He's only 14 months old. And I just simply wanted to eat. I was sick of him going to bed hungry, waking up in the middle of the night because he was hungry. They won't let us give them anything except tap water. They give them a little bit of milk at breakfast. That's it. No snacks during the day. He was always hungry. So I left the shelter now, and I am looking for a place to go. And I'm going to try it on my own, because that shelter is a very oppressive environment, especially for children. I wasn't allowed to take him in a stroller to the library for an hour. She wouldn't let me do that. She told me to not let me take him out at all. And that I needed to show him that that I was going to leave him and I was going to come back. I was doing that. I was looking for a job. However, she insisted that I wasn't complying with the program because I would not let him continue to scream and cry and go hungry. And that's about it.
Okay, another question is, what do you see that's threatening about ICare shelter? Do you think that she should have assessed you and finding you another place to go if you weren't doing her program and supposedly not doing what you were supposed to be doing with the program? Did she offer you to do anything? I mean, did she offer some resources, or she just told you to get out?
Pack my bag and get out. And actually, if you indicated at all that you wanted to go to somewhere else, I've seen it myself. There were 4 other people. Once you indicated that you wanted to go somewhere else, she would say, "Get your bags right now and get out." So it was either ICare or nothing. And if you didn't want to comply as far as giving her your card, your cash aid food stamp card, then you would have to leave. And if you did not, if you wanted to go somewhere else.
Yes, those cash aid cards and everything. I was with her the other day, and she spent the money on her personal fee.
Exactly.
Which is actually fraud.
Right. They feed us very, very little. The adults are always hungry. They feed us stuff like soup, oatmeal for breakfast, a bowl of oatmeal, a bowl of soup. Last night we got 1 hot dog and a little small portion of coleslaw, and that was it. That was it for the entire night. And if we don't get any snacks or anything, nothing for the kids, nothing but tap water. We'll have to drink tap water, get 1 water bottle a month, and have to refill that with tap water, even for children.
And as far as the safety of the children on the property, do you want to give me some insight with this video here? You want to state your concerns about the tools laying around and all the sharp objects due to her son leaving car parts laying around and stuff like that. What's your opinion and comment on that?
Well, it's like a big junkyard is what it is. It's a big junkyard. There's bags of donations, tons of wood.
That she sells to the public, yes.
Tons of wood, lumber everywhere that she sells to the public. Lots of abandoned cars, lots of tools, lots of old toys. There's a lot of tools and a lot of cords, electrical cords.
That ICare shelter, right? Correct? ICare shelter?
Yes, the ICare shelter. Okay. Everywhere. It's basically like a big junkyard. There's just bags and bags of donations and bags of things everywhere.
How many dogs are on the property?
There's 3 large dogs on the property. 3 large dogs on the property.
And apparently there was a dog fight one night where 2 dogs were ripping at each other.
They frequently fight. They do frequently fight. Although I don't know a particular incident, but I hear them fighting all the time. And cats.
You think that? But you don't think that's very safe to have children running around with dogs?
The dogs are huge. The dogs are very big. They would always come over to my son and, try to lick on him and knock him over a couple times. I don't want, I think it's very unsanitary to have the dogs running around everywhere, and the cats as well running around everywhere. The dogs poop all over the place. One time my son was even so hungry from not being able to eat lunch there that he started picking up the cat food and trying to put it in his mouth. There's cat food laying around the floor.
So basically the kitchen is unsafe for children too as well. It's uncleanliness and pretty much, do you see any dogs and cats going into the kitchen during mealtime?
Yes, there are, yes.
And she allows them to be in there during eating time.
Right, she allows at least one of the dogs to stay in there during mealtime, the oldest one, and then like 2 or 3 cats. And they're up on the counters eating their food, which is on the counters while they're eating.
Okay. And you want to state your name one more time and giving me full permission to put this on web and as well as news footage?
My name is Tanya, and I give Josh full permission to use this footage however he sees it.
Okay. To associate the problems and get it to the right people who will do something about it. Okay. And one more question. Have you heard Terry DeVore make any threats to anybody of death, harm?
Yes, I have.
Can you explain that to me?
There's a couple women there that argue a lot, and apparently, let me just tell you what happened. One of the women is partially, I guess, slightly retarded. The other one has an open CPS case, and they were both arguing over who's going to watch my son while I was out looking for a job. And Carrie had said in front of everybody that one's a retard and the other has an open CPS case. They're not going to watch him at all. The other one told the other one that Terry was calling him a retard, and they got into a big argument, and Terry said, screaming at them for hours, physically said, I wish I could rip your tongue out. I wish I could just rip your tongue out. You're a typical fucking bitch. Typical fucking bitch. I can't stand women. I can't stand them. I wish I could rip your tongue out.
And she being a woman herself.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Well, she would always tell my son that they're saying, girls, I can't stand girls. I can't stand girls. I can't stand bitches. She'd call me a bitch. I would say how unprofessional she was. Why did she call me a bitch? You don't even know me. She was saying I was a con artist. All these things. For what? Because I wanted to feed my son. I wanted him to eat. I understood that he had some attachment issues, and she said she understood as well, but she said it was more important to discipline him to learn to eat in the high chair, to eat whatever they ate.
Okay, and one more thing. If there's any child protective services people watching this video, do you give me permission for them to, or a judge to observe this? For the reason being, I have been in and out of that shelter just to visit, and I just want to clarify, I second what she has seen. I've seen worse and I've seen more. And I'm going to put my face right here so you can see who I am. Joshua J. Williams, 6777. Anyways, I'm going to turn it back. And you give me permission to show these videos to Adult Protective Services of Riverside, as well as any protective services, so I may address this issue. Okay, can you state your first and last name and give permission for me to do that, please?
My first name is Tanya, my last name is Austin, and I give Joshua permission to use this video for such purposes as he stated.
Okay, and I did not threaten you, I did not force you to make this video?
Not at all. Not at all.
Okay. All right, thank you very much, and hopefully you get the help you need, and I will definitely, I'm going to be meeting with a social worker today. I'm going to be going to see my daughter today, which I have been trying to fight to get back. And everybody thinks that I'm this violent person and that I have this anger problem and whatever, so forth. But I was watching your child.
Yes, you were, and I felt very comfortable leaving my child with you.
Okay, and when you came back, was your child hurt or harmed?
Not at all. He wasn't crying, he was eating a snack and drinking water and sitting on your lap, and he was perfectly docile. And
about how long did you leave your child with me?
I would say it was about 20 minutes.
20 to 35, 40, 45 minutes?
Yeah, I was running back and forth, so it could have been a little bit longer.
And why were you running back and forth? You want to explain that? Why you were running back and forth?
I had to go and get my belongings from outside of the shelter so that I could get out of that area before something happened. Can I take your second report?
Yeah, go ahead.
Hello?
Once again, this is Joshua J. Williams, and I'm just making this video to clarify that ICare shelter is a very disruptive, very violent, and very despicable place. So I am really concerned about this. Me being a father, I mean, I've done stuff in the past, but the thing is that you have you have this beautiful little boy right here, hey, this woman here trying to get her life together, and she's done nothing but throw him out on the street. Because her son was crying, and I think that's just ridiculous. And I also will testify under oath that she sells all donations. Those donations are supposed to be for the people who are in need for them. Although she has given me a couple of things, but she's wanted money in return for it. So, anyways, this is Joshua J. Williams, and this evidence. I'm going to file a case, and therefore, this is evidence. Thank you very much. Bye now.